Okay, hello, welcome. We are back in Elden Ring. Grace was pointing me in this direction, so maybe we can find something over here. Here, I'm gonna observe for a second. Ow, brother. Okay, I don't know how random it is, and I don't know what their patrol area is. But the thing that I noticed was that these guys aren't on the path. That makes sense? So these guys aren't directly guarding the path. So the concern, if these guys are on the path, is that you won't see it. But we can clearly see that there's the grass section in the path, and that the enemies aren't on the path itself. The staircase at the beginning of the academy, Raya Lucaria. To start there was the staircase, and then the enemies were on the staircase because it was to signal that this is a guarded area. That's actually a bit of an interesting concept, is that you can describe different areas to degrees of privacy or access. If you're in a lived space, in order to help people understand that space, having places like, oh, this person's master bedroom is, is this invisible wall? Okay. Ooh, and that's kind of signaled by the path that goes through the archway. Yeah, so something like a master bedroom, I think it just has implications about what, oh my god. It has implications about what the place would look like and how it lines up with other spaces. So you might not have access to a private area or somewhere that somebody would have their master bedroom or something without first going through a corridor. And that could also have implications about how guarded something is. I don't think it's necessarily the most useful thing to point out all the time, but interesting in concept that you could have a guarded hallway because you understand that the place at the end of the hallway is a private space, for example. We have this thing as the centerpiece, which I think is cool. We can approach it. We can only assume this is going to be some kind of ambush. Oh, there's a little spooky... There's multiple spooky guys. If we're being keen, we can see them. But I would imagine for some people, they're like, ooh, yeah, what's this fountain about? And they're like, oh god, what is the... There's hands. Oh goodness. And then there's the big hands that ambush behind you. So I think that's a good way to make an ambush. Is you like lead people in with this very clear landmark, and then you just give them the switcheroo. Found a beetle. Oh man, and it led you over to a trap. What an asshole. Yeah, that was very cool. I like that this gate is marked with crystals. Again, we're trying to make the main path look as obvious as possible. From that fountain, you might be looking around for where to go, and then you might see these crystals, which might draw you in, which is good. But from here, this is a very short path. You're just kind of seeing the next destination at this point. The golden path should always be pretty obvious. I think by the time you get here, you're like, okay, last encounter. There's a big guy. He's clearly just guarding this staircase, and then I guess a little guy. Also, it's lit up. Yeah, so we have the crystals. We have multiple torches. I think it's a pretty obvious shorthand at this point that usually the main path is lit in some way. This is lit. This is obvious. I wanted to talk about entering this space, which this is so funny. Like, come on, guy. Like, come on. Come on, man. I just noticed it. Do you ever like having big arrows that are like, go over here? How do you feel about big arrows that are like, by the way, just in case you cannot see the staircase, have you considered looking at the ground with the massive arrow pointing you to the staircase? It's so funny, dude. The thing that I wanted to say, it's the low beat. We're winding down. I think that this place being a nice little landmark that you can walk up the stairs, there's like a person to talk to down there. Maybe someone who like was doing a lot of combat, they're like, oh, thank God I can talk to an NPC, you know what I mean? So like they take the time to go talk to the NPC, look at all the books, like look at the painting. There's no threat in here, right? So I think that is cool. Oh, they did the thing here as well. That's kind of cool. First of all, it looks nice, but sort of helps with depth perception a little bit, that it's like the ivy. You can see the ivy from one side of the bridge. Yeah, so that was a fun little level. I liked all the ambushes. There was like 7 billion things to fight. Ooh. See, this is really cool. It's so cool, man. Oh my goodness. Reveals are super cool, I like, where a reveal is like when you turn a corner and it shows you a vista, like that's a reveal. When you make it up a staircase and you see what's next, that's a reveal. So I like that here. Even from the start of the staircase, you can already see like this guy over there. And then like you see the little goobers once you get up the staircase. Like this is a really cool shot. I'm going to kiss my queen's feet before we leave. Randy! Randy, I'm here! I'm here, I'm here, I'm here! I'm here, please talk to me, please. 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 I want her so bad. My queen. Oh. Randy, my beloved. Let me sniff your feet. Damn, I really got in there. That's crazy. I said it before and I'll say it again. Men only want one thing and it's fucking disgusting. A soft-spoken goth GF. I mean, they're not wrong. I think that's going to be it for today. If you're still here, I'm going to say, hey, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your support as always. And I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye.